Hi friends, I Y Narasimha Rao. Today we are discussing another topic in chemical bond. Okay, in this video the main contents are postulates of molecular orbital theory. Postulates of molecular orbital theory. Second one is formation of N2 molecule, and last one is formation of O2 molecule. Formation of O2 molecule. After listening this video, you can able to solve the some problems like predict the bond order. Predict means calculate the and find the bond order of molecule, and also we can explain the order of strength of different molecules, and also we can define the magnetic nature of molecule. Magnetic nature of molecules. Okay, first of all, next we discuss about the molecular orbital theory. This theory was developed by F. Wundt and R. S. Mulliken. F. Wundt and R. S. Mulliken. The postulates are the atomic orbitals of comparable energy. The atomic orbitals of comparable energy and proper symmetry. Comparable energy and proper symmetry are combined to form molecular orbitals. Atomic orbitals of comparable energy and proper symmetry are combined to form molecular orbitals. You see here, the 1s atomic orbitals are combined with another 1s atomic orbitals, but not 2s atomic orbitals. Why? Because the 2s atomic orbitals, 1s and 2s atomic orbitals are having, both are having similar symmetry. Both are having spherical shape. Even though it is not possible, this combination of 1s and 2s atomic orbitals is not possible. Why? Because the energy difference between 1s and 2s atomic orbitals are very large. That's why this combination is not possible. Only 1s atomic orbitals mixed with another 1s atomic orbitals. Similarly, 2s atomic orbitals are mixed with another 2s atomic orbitals. Okay, clear? And the next one is the number of molecular orbitals are formed is equal to number of atomic orbitals are combined. If n number of atomic orbitals are involved to form n number of molecular orbitals. Okay, that molecular orbitals are classified into two types. They are bonding molecular orbitals and second one is anti-bonding molecular orbitals. These bonding molecular orbitals are represented by psi and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by psi star. Clear? You see here, for example, 1s atomic, two 1s atomic orbitals are combined two molecular orbitals. One is bonding molecular orbitals, it is represented by psi. Another one is anti-bonding molecular orbitals, it is represented by psi star. Okay. Next one is the anti-bonding molecular orbitals are having more energy than corresponding atomic orbitals and bonding molecular orbitals. You see here, this is anti-bonding molecular orbitals. It has this much of energy. This is atomic orbitals, it has this much of energy. Here, this is bonding molecular orbitals, it has this much of energy. This arrow indicates the energy scale. So, this anti-bonding molecular orbitals having more energy than corresponding atomic orbitals and bonding molecular orbitals. That's why it has less stability. Any species in this universe having more energy, it attains less stability. Okay, Why? Because these anti-bonding molecular orbitals are formed by the destructive addition. It means any orbitals having two parts, one is positive part, another one is negative part. Here, this anti-bonding molecular orbitals are formed like this by the combination of one like this. That's why positive end is mixed with the negative end. This is called destructive addition. Okay, due to this anti-bonding molecular orbitals experienced more energy than corresponding atomic orbitals and bonding molecular orbitals. Clear? Similarly, the bonding molecular orbitals has lower energy than corresponding atomic orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals if it is energy scale. Due to this, these bonding molecular orbitals gains more stability than anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Clear? Why? Because this bonding molecular orbitals are formed due to the constructive addition like this. Positive ends are combined to form molecular orbitals. Clear? Due to this, bonding molecular orbitals having less energy and more stability. Next one is the electrons in molecules are present in various molecular orbitals as similar to the electrons of an atom are present in various atomic orbitals. Okay. For example, when the molecular orbitals are filled with electrons, by follow this Abbo principle, Pauli's exclusion principle and Wundt's rule. This Abbo principle tells about energy order. Okay. And this Pauli's exclusion principle tells about the quantum numbers. According to this Pauli's exclusion principle, no two electrons in a particular atomic orbitals or molecular orbitals do not have same set of four quantum numbers. Okay. If they are having, we have four quantum numbers, they are principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. If the electrons present in the same atomic orbital are having three same quantum numbers, but they must be differ in the fourth quantum number, that is nothing but spin quantum number. Okay, clear? By follow these three rules, molecular orbitals are filled. Okay. For example, you see here, this is electronic configuration of helium, that is nothing but 1s2 helium. This is indicates the helium atomic orbitals. This is another helium atomic orbitals. Now, this both helium molecules are combined to form helium He2 molecular orbitals. He plus He gives rise to He2 molecule. Okay, but it is impossible. Why? It can't maintain stability. Why? Not only this molecule, all noble gas molecules does not undergo dimerization. Why? Because there is no bond between the two atoms. Now, I can explain why noble gas molecules cannot undergo dimerization by taking this He2 molecule. Okay, why? Because here this atomic, the electrons present in this atomic orbitals are enter into molecular orbitals by follow these three rules. First, according to Abbo principle, they enter into the molecular orbitals which are having less energy. Okay, so automatically, obviously, bonding molecular orbitals are having less energy, so the electrons are first enter into bonding molecular orbitals. Like this. First electron is enter into bonding molecular orbitals. Here the pairing starts with opposite spin. According to Pauli's exchange principle, the both electrons are present in opposite directions. Okay, next, then only next electrons enter into anti-bonding molecular orbitals, that is psi star with opposite spins. Here, now I can explain the less stability of He2 molecule. Here there is no bond present between the He2 molecule. Why? Because the bond order is 0. Bond order is nothing but bond order is equal to NB minus Na by 2. NB minus Na by 2. This is the formula we use it to calculate the bond order. Okay, NB minus number of bonding electrons. NB is equal to number of bonding electrons. Na means number of anti-bonding electrons. Okay, here we have two bonding electrons and anti-bonding electrons. So, NB, now I substitute the values of NB and Na. NB is equal to 2 minus 2 divided by 2. It gives rise to 0 by 2. It is equal to 0. 0 by anything is equal to 0. So, there is no bond present between the He molecule. That's why He2 molecule is not formed. Okay, here the bonding electrons are try to stabilize the molecule and anti-bonding electrons are try to destabilize the molecule. Why? Because these bonding electrons are present in between the two nuclei, but in case of anti-bonding electrons, they are present out of phase. They are not present between the two nuclei. That's why there are more repulsions are present between the two nuclei. Due to this, anti-bonding electrons are destabilize the molecules and bonding electrons are stabilize the molecules. Okay, clear? That's why He2 molecule is not able to form. Not only He2 molecule, even though Ne2 molecule, no noble gas atom cannot undergo dimerized. That's why they are called zero group elements. All these elements are having equal number of bonding electrons and anti-bonding electrons. Okay, clear? According to MO theory, the increasing order of energies of various molecular orbitals for homodiatomic molecules of second row elements like Be2, Ce2 and N2 molecules is like this. Here for these molecules means all these are atoms are having less than or equal 14 electrons. Less than or equal 14 electrons. Okay. Any molecule having less than or equal to 14 electrons, in that case our atomic number is less than or equal to 7. They follow this energy order. This energy order. Okay, first electrons enter into sigma 1s orbital, then the electrons enter into sigma star 1s orbitals, then the electrons enter into sigma 2s, then sigma star 2s, then pi 2px is equal to pi 2py. Here these two orbitals follows the Hund's rule. Hund's rule tells about the pairing of electrons. Okay, here these orbitals are called degenerate orbitals. When this case the pairing starts, all are having equal energy. Due to this, the pairing will take place only each orbital is filled with one electron, then only the pairing will be takes place according to Wundt's rule. Okay, this is the energy order of atoms or molecules having less than or equal to 14 electrons, or atom having atomic number less than or equal to 7. Okay, this is the order for that type of molecules. Next one is more than 7. The atomic number more than 7 are molecules which contain more than 14 electrons. More than 14 electrons, they follow this order. The difference is only occurs at one place. That is, in case of that less than or equal to 17, less than or equal to 14 electrons, the electrons are entered after filling this 2s sigma star 2s orbitals. They enter into pi 2px is equal to pi 2p y orbitals, then only they enter into sigma 2p z orbitals. But in this case, after filling this sigma star 2s orbitals, directly they enter into sigma 2p z orbitals. So the difference is occurs at this place. The remaining is as similar as to that of molecules. Okay, both are deviate only at this place. This is the molecular energy order for the molecular orbitals. Okay, let's be discussing about the formation of N2 molecule. This N2 molecule is formed by the combination of two nitrogen atoms. This nitrogen contain 7 electrons. Each nitrogen contain 7 electrons. Its electronic configuration is electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. This is the electronic configuration of nitrogen. Okay, this N2 molecule contain 14 electrons. 14 electrons means its molecular orbital configuration follows like this. Here that 14 electrons are enter into various 7 molecular orbitals. Each orbital is filled with 2 electrons. That's why these 14 electrons are enter into various 7 molecular orbitals like this. First electrons enter into sigma 1s2, then sigma star 1s2, like that. There is no electron is enter into anti-bonding p molecular orbitals. Okay, this is the energy filling order for the N2 molecule. Now we can calculate the bond order. Bond order means Nb minus Na by 2. This is the formula we use to calculate the bond order. Here number of bonding electrons. Now you have to calculate. This is the very crucial step. Why? Because the calculation of number of bonding electrons is a very important step, and calculation of number of anti-bonding electrons is also very crucial step. Okay, here the bonding electrons means the electrons are entered into molecular orbitals having no, this is not here. These two are indicates the anti-bonding electrons. So totally we have 4 anti-bonding electrons. Nb is equal to 4. Here Nb is equal to 4. Na bonding electrons, the electrons where the electrons are entered into molecular orbitals having without star. So there are 5 bonding orbitals are there. This is bonding, this is bonding, and the 3 also bonding. So totally we have 5 bonding orbitals are there. In that 5 bonding orbitals filled by 10 electrons. So now I can substitute these values in that formula. Finally we get bond order value is 3. So 3 bonds are present between 2 nitrogen atoms. In that among that 3 bonds, 1 bond is considered as a sigma bond and another 2 bonds are considered as a pi bond. So between the 2 nitrogen atoms, 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds are present. Okay, clear? The crucial step is to calculate the number of bonding electrons and number of anti-bonding electrons. In this molecule, 10 bonding electrons are present and 4 anti-bonding electrons are present. Okay. And not only N2 molecule, we can also calculate the bond order of N2 plus and bond order of N2 plus 2 and N2 minus and N2 2 minus. Okay, for these molecules also we can calculate the bond order. We can solve the some previous IIT questions. Okay, I hope all you are understand what I said. Okay, here the question is, which of the following molecule having more bond length? Which of the following molecule having more bond length? The molecules are N2, N2 plus, N2 plus 2 and N2 minus 2. Okay, the bond length. Till now we can calculate the only bond order. What is the relation between the bond order and bond length? The relation between the bond order and bond length is bond order is inversely proportional to bond length. Bond order is inversely proportional to bond length. Okay. Now we can calculate the bond order. We can also determine the bond length and also we can explain the bond enthalpy. Okay. So here the relation between the bond order and bond length is both are inversely proportional to each other. Similarly, bond order is directly proportional to bond enthalpy. Clear? Bond order is inversely proportional to bond length and directly proportional to bond enthalpy. Similarly, it is also directly proportional to stability of molecule. This is the relation between the bond length, bond enthalpy and stability. By calculating the bond order, we can also predict the stability order, bond enthalpy order or bond length order. Okay, clear? Okay, we calculate the bond order with our previous knowledge. Okay, first the bond order of N2 molecule, already we calculated the bond order of N2, that is nothing but 3. BO is equal to 3. Now we have to calculate the bond order of this N2 plus. N2 plus contain, what is the difference between the N2 and N2 plus? This N2 plus is formed by removing one electron from N2 to form N2 plus. The N2 plus is formed by removing one electron from this N2 molecule. According to this N2 plus contain only 13 electrons. Okay, that N2 plus molecule contain only 13 electrons. Due to this, N2 plus contain only 13 electrons. We have a small doubt. The electron removed from, where the electron is removed? either it is from the bonding electrons or anti-bonding electrons. Always we remove the last electron which is entered. So, this is the energy order of the N2 molecule, N2 molecular orbitals. Okay, here the last electron is enter into sigma 2p Z2 orbital, sigma 2p Z2 orbital. It is nothing but bonding orbitals, bonding molecular orbitals. That's why we have to remove the electron from only this bonding molecular orbitals, that is nothing but sigma 2p Z. So, here the number of bonding electrons Nb is 9 only, Na is 4. Here only instead of 2 electrons, in case of N2 plus, only 1 electron is present. Okay. So, total number of bonding electrons are changes to 9 from 10, 10 to 9, changes from 10 to 9. But there is no change in their anti-bonding electrons Na. Now I substitute these values in bond order. Bond order is nothing but Nb minus Na by 2. So 9 minus 4 by 2, that is equal to 5 by 2, that is equal to 2.5. This is bond order of this molecule is 2.5. Similarly, the bond order of N2 plus, we have to remove 2 electrons. It forms N2 plus. So here also we can remove the 2 electrons from this sigma 2p Z orbitals. So here in this molecule Nb, number of bonding electrons value is only 8. Number of anti-bonding electrons Na is equal to 4. So bond order is equal to 8 minus 4 by 2, that is equal to 4 by 2, that's equal to 2. The bond order of this molecule is 2. Similarly, we can calculate the bond order of N2 2 minus. Here N2 2 minus is formed by adding 2 electrons to this N2 molecule to form N2 2 minus. By the addition of 2 electrons to N2 molecule to form N2 2 minus. Clear? Here number of bonding electrons, that newly coming electrons are enter into after filling this sigma 2p Z orbital, the newly entered electrons are enter into anti-bonding pi 2px and pi 2p y orbitals. That's why here anti-bonding electrons are increased in this case. Due to this, number of bonding electrons is 10 and number of anti-bonding electrons are 6. Number of bonding electrons are 10, but number of anti-bonding electrons increased from 4 to 6. So always anti-bonding electrons destabilize the molecule. Now we calculate the bond order by substituting these values in this formula, that is nothing but Nb minus Na by 2. So 10 minus 6 by 2, that is equal to 4 by 2, it's equal to 2. So the bond order of this molecule is also 2. These two N2 plus 2 and N2 minus 2 molecules having same bond order. Okay. This is the process to calculate the bond order of various molecules or ions. We can also calculate the bond order of N2 minus also, if they give instead of one of the molecule is replaced by N2 minus, for that N2 minus also we can calculate the bond order simply like this. N2 minus means only we can add the 1 electron to this anti-bonding electrons. So number of bonding electrons here, number of bonding electrons means Nb is equal to 10 and Na is equal to 5, bond order is equal to 2.5. Why? Because 10 minus 5 by 2 is equal to 2.5. The bond order of this molecule is 2.5. We can calculate the any bond order of any molecule if we know this concept. Okay, clear? Now, what is the question? Which of the following molecule having more bond length? Bond length is inversely proportional to bond order. This is the relation between the bond order and bond length. According to this, the molecule which having less bond order having more bond length. That's why this molecule, N2 molecule having bond order is 3, N2 plus having bond order is 2.5 and N2 plus 2 bond order is 2 and N2 2 minus bond order is also 2. So, the both molecules are having same bond length. So, highest bond length option is C and D. These questions are asked in case of I think more than one option questions, more than one option correct questions. Okay, in mains exam like this. Clear? We can also predict from this bond order bond enthalpy. We can predict the bond enthalpy order and we can also predict the stability order. Here the bond order of this molecule is BO is equal to 3. Here the bond order of N2 plus is 2.5. The bond order of N2 2 plus is equal to 2. The bond order of N2 2 minus is equal to 2. Both are having same bond order. Already we calculated. By using this bond order, we can explain the stability or bond enthalpy of the molecule. Okay, the relation between the bond order and bond length is both are inversely proportional to each other. Similarly, bond order is directly proportional to bond enthalpy and bond order is also directly proportional to stability of molecule. Okay, here the question is, now the questions are asked, they will be asked in this manner. Which of the following molecule is more stable? Which of the following molecule is more stable? Here the relation between the stability and bond order, we can only calculate the bond order of molecule. From that bond order of molecule, by using that bond order, we can explain the stability of the molecule. The relation between the stability and bond order is both are directly proportional to each other. Okay, due to this, here the molecule which are having more bond order is more stable. That's why N2 is having more stable. Sometimes they are asked, which of the following molecules is less stable? So, the bond order, the molecule which are having less bond order is less stable. But here both are having same bond order. But the stability is also depends upon number of bonding electrons and number of anti-bonding electrons. Okay, sometimes we select the both options or sometimes we select the only N2 plus or N2 2 minus. It is not correct. The correct option is if the two molecules or ion having same number of bonds between the two molecules, then we go for the number of anti-bonding electrons and number of bonding electrons. Why? Because the number of bonding electrons are stabilize the molecules and number of anti-bonding electrons destabilize the molecules. Anti-bonding electrons always destabilize the molecule, bonding electrons are always stabilize the molecule. Based on this, if you know the number of bonding electrons and number of anti-bonding electrons, we can explain the stability of the molecule. Okay, here in this case, number of bonding electrons are Nb value is equal to 8 and number of anti-bonding electrons Na is equal to 4. But in this case, number of bonding electrons is equal to 10 and number of anti-bonding electrons is equal to Na value is equal to 6. So, here the number of anti-bonding electrons are increased, number of anti-bonding electrons are increased. Here in this molecule only 4 anti-bonding electrons present, but in this molecule having 6 anti-bonding electrons. For this situation, the molecule or ion having more number of anti-bonding electrons is less stable. Okay, do this. The correct answer is N2 2 minus is less stable, even though N2 plus 2, N2 minus are having same bond order. Okay, if you face this situation, we go for the anti-bonding electrons. We can explain the stability on the basis of number of anti-bonding electrons. Okay, the stability is always inversely proportional to number of anti-bonding electrons. Stability of molecule is always inversely proportional to number of anti-bonding electrons. Okay, we can explain the stability, and also we can explain the bond enthalpy, BE order. Sometimes they are asking increasing order or decreasing order. Here the increasing order of bond enthalpy is directly proportional to bond order. So N2 having, sorry, increasing order means we have to write the from okay, N2 2 minus is less than N2 plus 2, we get then N2 plus is less than to N2. This is the bond enthalpy order, bond enthalpy order. Okay, like this we can write like this bond enthalpy. Here also we can write the N2 2 minus, after N2 we can write the, sorry, first we write the N2 2 minus. Why? Because N2 2 minus having more number of anti-bonding electrons, it's less stable. Okay, like this we can solve the so many questions. And the next question is, which of the following molecule is more stable? Okay, stability is also depends upon the bond order. Okay, already we calculated the bond order of, bond order is nothing but 3. The bond order of for the N2 molecule is 3. Similarly, the bond order of N2 plus is 2.5, and similarly the bond order of N2 2 plus is 2, and the bond order of N2 minus is also 2.5. Okay, by using this bond order values we can explain the stability. Bond order is directly proportional to stability of molecule. Okay, here N2 plus and N2 minus both are having same bond order values. Here in this case there is a chance to do mistake. Okay, both are having same bond order, that's why we can assume both are having same stability. It is not correct. If molecules or ions having same bond order, in that case we have to go for anti-bonding electrons. The molecule or species having more number of anti-bonding electrons, it gains less stability. Why? Because anti-bonding electrons destabilize the molecule. The molecule or ion or species having more number of anti-bonding electrons are less stable. Here, in case of N2 plus, the value of Nb is 4, but in case of N2 minus, the value of Nb is 5. So, this is having more anti-bonding electrons than N2 plus. N2 minus having more anti-bonding electrons than N2 plus. That's why it is less stable. Okay, the more stable molecule is N2. We can write the, sometimes they ask the increasing order or decreasing order of stability of for given molecules. Okay, the increasing order of this molecule is increasing order of stability is equal to N2 minus is less than N2 plus 2 is less than N2 plus is less than N2. This is the increasing order of stability. Okay, here we did a mistake at N2 minus and N2 plus, both are having same bond order. Okay, in that case we assume both are having equal stability, N2 plus is equal to N2 minus, automatically we select that option. It is a completely wrong assumption. If any molecules or species having same bond order, then we can go for anti-bonding electrons. Okay, by using the number of anti-bonding electrons, we can determine the stability of molecules in that case. Clear? Now we can see the energy profile diagram for the N2 molecule. This is the energy profile diagram. Here we take bonding atomic orbitals, we can take the atomic orbitals. This is the energy order. So similarly, they are the another atomic orbitals of another nitrogen. Here these atomic orbitals are combined to form molecular orbitals here. First 1s atomic orbitals are combined to form 2 molecular orbitals, then 2s atomic orbitals are also combined to form 2 molecular orbitals. Here 3 plus 3, 6 p atomic orbitals are combined to form 6 atomic orbitals like this. Okay, then these electrons present in the nitrogen atomic orbitals are entered into various molecular orbitals by follow the Abbo principle, Pauli's exclusion principle and Wundt's rule like this. First the electrons are entered into sigma bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, then the electrons are entered into sigma star 1s2 orbitals. Similarly, the electrons are entered into sigma 1s2 orbitals, then electrons are entered into anti-bonding sigma star 1s2 orbitals. Here these 2 orbitals are filled according to Wundt's rule, Abbo principle and Pauli's exclusion principle. Wundt's rule is applied here. Wundt's rule tells about the pairing. Here the first electron is entered into pi 2px orbitals and it cannot pair. Then the next electron is entered into pi 2px orbitals. The pairing starts only each orbital is filled with 1 electron, then only the pairing will takes place like this. Okay. Similarly, next the electrons are entered into sigma 2p z orbitals. Okay. So totally 14 electrons are entered into various 7 molecular orbitals by follow the Abbo principle, Pauli's exclusion principle and Wundt's rule. Wundt's rule is applicable only in case of degenerate orbitals. Okay, this is about the energy profile diagram. Okay, there is no electron is enter into anti-bonding p molecular orbitals like pi star 2px and pi star 2py, sigma star 2pz. Clear? Here let's be discussing about the formation of O2 molecule. This O2 molecule is formed by the O plus O gives rise to O2. O plus O gives rise to O2. Here we can discuss about the formation of O2 molecule. This O2 molecule is formed by the combination of two oxygen molecule O plus O combined to give O2. The electron O contain oxygen atom contain each oxygen atom contain 8 electrons. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p x2, 2py1, 2pz1. This is the electronic configuration of oxygen. Similarly, O2 contain 16 electrons. Why? Because 8 plus 8 gives rise to 16 electrons. Okay, each oxygen contain 8 electrons. So 8 plus 8 gives rise to 16 electrons. Its electronic configuration, its molecular orbital configuration is like this. Okay, here the electrons are also enter into 2px, pi star 2px1 and pi star 2py. Okay, this is the energy order. Now we can calculate the bond order. Bond order is nothing but Nb minus Na by 2. First we calculate the number of bonding electrons. Number of bonding electrons means the electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals. We can find the bonding molecular orbitals. The molecular orbitals are having without star they are considered as a bonding molecular orbitals. Totally we have 5 bonding molecular orbitals. So the value of Nb is equal to 10. Similarly, the value of Na, this is the value of Na. So there are 4 plus 2. Totally we have 6 anti-bonding electrons are present. Now I can substitute these values in this Nb minus Na by 2. So 10 minus 6 by 2, that is equal to 2. There are 2 bonds are present between the each oxygen atom. So here one bond is sigma bond, another bond is pi bond. So one sigma bond and one pi bond is present between 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, clear? So 2 bonds are present between the 2 oxygen atoms. One bond is a sigma bond, another bond is pi bond. Okay. Here we can calculate the bond order of O2 plus, O2 plus 2 and O2 minus, O2 2 minus also. O2 plus 2, O2 plus, O2 minus, O2 2 minus also. Okay, let's we discuss some of the IIT JEE questions. Okay, the question is, which of the following molecule is more stable? So already we discussed the stability of molecule is depends upon the bond order and number of anti-bonding electrons. Okay, so here we can already we calculate the bond order of O2 molecule, that is equal to here already we calculate the bond order of O2 molecule, that is equal to 2. BO is equal to 2 plus O2 molecule. Here in case of O2 plus is formed by removing the one electron from the anti-bonding electrons. Why? Because this is the electronic configuration of oxygen O2 molecule. Here the last electron is enter into pi star 2py. That's why we have to remove this electron from the anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So number of bonding electrons in O2 is 10 and number of anti-bonding electrons are only 5. So the bond order is BO is equal to 10 minus 5 by 2, that is equal to 2.5. So the bond order of this molecule is 2.5. Similarly, we calculate the bond order of O2 plus 2. O2 plus 2 means we have to remove this electron is also. Okay, so number of bonding electrons is same 10. Number of anti-bonding electrons are 4 only. So the bond order of this molecule is BO is equal to 10 minus 4 by 2, that is equal to 3. The bond order of this molecule is 3. Similarly, we calculate the bond order of O2 minus. O2 minus means the new electron is added to this O2 molecule, then it converted to O2 minus. That newly coming electron is enter into this pi star 2p x molecular orbitals. So one electron is increased in anti-bonding electrons. That's why the bond order is like this. NB value is 10 and Na value is come to around, it is 6 plus 1, that is equal to 7. So the bond order of this molecule is 10 minus 7 by 2, that equal to 1.5. Okay, the BO value of O2 minus is 1.5. By using this bond order values, we can explain the stability of molecule. Okay, it means stability is directly proportional to bond order. Stability is directly proportional to bond order. According to this O2 plus 2 molecule having more stability than remaining one. Similarly, O2 minus is least stable molecule. Okay, sometimes they ask question increasing order or decreasing order, or which is more stable, which is less stable. Okay, if you understand the concept, we can answer the questions if they are asking in different manner also. Okay, we can able to answer the questions in different manners only when we can understand the concept. Okay, this is about the stability order of different molecules. Next, we can discussing about the energy profile diagram for this O2 molecule. Okay, this O2 molecule, energy profile diagram of O2 molecule. These are the atomic orbitals of oxygen atoms like 1s2, 2s2, 2p, x2, 2p, y1, 2p, z1. These are the another atomic orbitals of another oxygen. Here, these two atomic orbitals are combined to form molecular orbitals like this. 1s atomic orbitals are combined to form two molecular orbitals. Similarly, 2s atomic orbitals are combined two molecular orbitals. Similarly, these 3 plus 3, 6 atomic orbitals are combined to form 6 molecular orbitals like this. Okay, now these molecular orbitals are filled with these electrons by follow the same electronic configuration rules. They are Abbo principle, Pauli's exclusion principle and Wund's rule. According to Abbo principle, first the electrons are enter into sigma 1s orbitals, then the electrons are enter into sigma star 1s orbital. Okay, according to Abbo principle, this is the energy order of various molecular orbitals. Then the electrons are enter into sigma 2s orbitals. After that, they are enter into sigma star 2s orbitals. Okay, here the electrons are enter into, first of all, the electrons are enter into sigma 2p z orbitals like this. Okay, then the electrons are enter into pi 2p x orbital. Here Wund's rule is applied. Okay, why? Because these are degenerate orbitals. In this case, the pairing starts only after each orbital is filled with one electron. Okay, so here the pairing starts like this. Then only the electrons are enter into anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Here also Wundt's rule is applied. Okay, so this is the energy order of various molecular orbitals. Clear? Finally, I hope you understand the concept of molecular orbital theory. Okay, thank you. Yours Erramneni Narasimharao.